This is for the 48-hour film project International Shootout. We are Vegaswood Studios from Las Vegas, Nevada. The genre that we drew is fantasy. Our character's name is Roberta or Robert Darling, a restaurateur. The line of dialogue, "Will you meet me later?" And our prop is a briefcase containing $500,000. Hope you enjoy a darling time in Vegas.
I own a small chain of cheesy pizza shacks in the Fort Lauderdale area. We're called cheesy pizza shacks because we use 3 kinds of cheese. We have a profit margin of 58% on our 3 cheese pizzas, which is not bad, but we could do better. That's why I'm in Las Vegas, for a pizza convention. So I arrive on a 4 p.m. flight from Miami. My name is Robert Darling, which is weird because when I arrive, there's this guy with a sign and he's saying, "Mr. Darling?"
Mr. Darling?
So I say, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Darling," and he grabs my case and escorts me to this white limo, which is pretty sweet. And I notice on the TV that there's a missing case from that deal show with the banker and the bald guy with the germ phobia who won't shake anybody's hands, and the woman's saying case number 6 and it contains $500,000 cash, and I think, did the driver pick up the wrong case? So I try my case, it won't open. I try my combo, it doesn't work. I look at the case, it's number 6. So I ask my driver to meet me later. And I start thinking, how am I going to spend all this money? Since the case is locked, I can only fantasize about all the cash until I figure out the combination. Just think about it, $500,000 cash to blow in Vegas. So I get started by hitting the ATM and doing a little shopping. I buy a novelty t-shirt, a mini Las Vegas sign, a shot glass, a snow globe, an ashtray, and a tequila sucker with a real worm in it. I take a shot, have some candy, I stay up all night and manage to spend $23,000 on Vegas crap before losing my dinner and taking a quick nap. The next day I realized that worrying about a profit margin when you have $477,000 in cash is really lame. So I blow off the convention and do some real shopping. I buy 10 acres in the desert, some of the original cables off the Hoover Dam, a helicopter made in 1984, a small ugly houseboat, there's a little dog, a big beautiful houseboat from which I jump in the lake and scream something that sounds like "Holy Polar Bear." I purchased the actual Las Vegas sign, which wasn't really for sale, and shoo away some people off my newly acquired property. I celebrate my purchases with shots. I meet a cute girl who I kiss, and a guy who I don't kiss but says, "Have you ever had a deep fried Twinkie?" And I want to punch him, but I'm glad I didn't because I found that he was talking about a real Twinkie. There's somebody's hand. There's a deep fried Twinkie which ends up in the toilet. I wanted to punch him again, but instead I kissed the girl again. Then I make it rain at the world's largest strip club before hosting a stripper tricycle race. We sing karaoke together, and then the Mohawk guy says, "Do you want to go to the happiest place on earth?" So we go, but it really doesn't seem happy to me. So I take off, but not before it's my turn to kiss in the kissing booth, and I grab some food, and there's this guy yelling about repenting your sins to Jesus. I do some shots, hit the ATM, I meet another girl who has a scary surprise. I meet with my limo driver, and I'm glad he remembered that I asked him to meet me later. I try the case. It doesn't open. I fantasize about the cash. I'm having a dream, which is strange because I must be asleep. And my driver's saying the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is impossible because the lock only has 3 numbers, which is when things get really weird. Because I wake up in the snow and I think to myself, where is there snow in the middle of the Las Vegas desert? And I see on the bottom of the case that the combo is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I try it. The case opens. But there's no cash. What was I thinking? Those people don't get cash. They get paid with a big novelty check. Oh well, maybe I can get some more money out of the ATM.
A total of 397 miles were driven to make this film possible. The average crew member slept 3.2 hours total in the 48-hour time period. The temperature of Lake Mead was 53 degrees, and Tom would only jump in one time, even though he was asked to do a second take. But when he said Colin, Victor, or Randy would need to jump in with him, we decided that one take was enough. There was a real snowstorm on Mount Charleston. We never actually filmed on the strip, besides the one scene in front of the Las Vegas sign, which has never been trademarked, and that's why it's legal to film there and it's in so many movies. Some of the locations that we'd like to acknowledge are LJ's Pub, located at Sahara and Maryland Parkway, the souvenir shop at the Fremont Experience, the happiest place on earth, which is actually named the Double Down Saloon, the Las Vegas Convention Center, Las Vegas Convention and Tourism Authority, the world's largest strip club, also known as Sapphire. We'd like to thank Jen for putting that sausage in her pants and letting Colin always work so damn late. Karen for being such a paperwork Nazi and making everyone sign. Austin for doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Randy for not getting too wasted and trying to kiss any of the girls on staff. Kylie who didn't work Friday night so we could get her in the film, then we only had to have her up there for less than a second, but it's an important shot. Kimmy for setting up the club and letting us steal Tom for 48 hours. Dorian for cheering Derek up when he was being a baby and helping change the script so it would be so much more better. Thank you to anyone Derek forgot to write in this thank you, as we are running out of time and Derek is now starting to yell at me and to read faster, and the 48 hours are almost over. Speaking of this competition, thank you to the 48-hour film project for creating the best competition in the world, and Panasonic for creating solid-state P2 technology, without which it would have been impossible to film a movie like this in 48 hours. Then I'm supposed to just kind of continue on mumbling and talk about things until these credits are done, which is really kind of lame, but oh well, have a good time, thanks for coming.